Hey, everybody, welcome into the building. It's Good Friday. For those that celebrate, it's Good Friday, and I've been having a good Friday so far. Yes, I have, and I hope y'all have been also. It's Good Friday, and we doing trending topics over here. So I'm glad to see y'all. Glad y'all are joining me on this Friday night. But as you come in the building, hit the like button, people. That's all I ask y'all to do. Hit the like button. Purchase your ticket for this train ride by hitting the like button. It's really that simple. That's all y'all got to do. Boop, boop, hit the like button. Yeah, we're going to get into this tonight. We got stuff to talk about. It's Trending Topics Friday, and it's called A Hot Mess. Child, this whole week been Diddy. A whole hot, flaming mess. Hot mess. And dealing with Diddy and his mess, right? And so Diddy now, so article, well, first of all, let me back up a little bit and say this. They about to tell all his good business. You know what's a shame? Once you fall, you fall hard. They're going to tell all his good business. Now they want to tell us how, he took out $140 million for his homes and he still owes. In my opinion, thank you, sweetie. I appreciate you. In my opinion, tell you, hit the like button. It's free. Hit the like button, people. Hit the like button. Diva over here working. Just hit the like button. That's all y'all got to do. I appreciate you, in my opinion, your super chat. Thank you so much. Hit the like button, people. So hot mess. This situation is a hot mess. Yes, it is. Come on now. Mary in the islands. I think your thing said she said, pay my ticket. I appreciate you. So this thing is a hot mess because, many people are reporting, oh, Diddy's broke. That's why he's not settling these lawsuits. Listen, Diddy is no broker than he was the other day or the day before Cassie sued them. I promise you that. There's a formula to the rich people. And they do OPM. Well, who was that group, that rap group that's saying OPP, other people's property? I forgot the name of the rap group. It's slipping my mind right now. But rich people do OPM. You better ask Trump. Trump been claiming he's been a billionaire, trillionaire for decades. Come on now, in my opinion, naughty by nature. He been claiming his riches for decades. Say he got all types of money. Had all kinds of buildings in New York, Jersey, Florida. Got his private jet. But then when they ordered him to pay up, he said, hold on, wait a minute. Wait. How much I got to pay? Y'all need to give me a minute. Come on now. You better talk about it. Went bankrupt 4 times. Can we talk here tonight? So somebody put in my comments, Diva, you need to go check out so-and-so and this one and that one's. And no, listen, people, Diva has a brain. And I'm not mad at no content creator because I have my favorites too. But when I do my commentary, it's out of my own brain. It's my opinion. What good is it going to do me to regurgitate what somebody else said if that's not my belief? No, I'm over here to do what I want to do and say what I want to say about the situation. I don't want to go watch somebody else and regurgitate what they said. So thank you for your email, but I'm good. Vivica Fox, good. Not about to regurgitate what nobody else said. I'm a reader. I like to read. Long time ago. And I still read a lot of them to this day. There's a lot of books out there like how do you save your money? How do you, become a millionaire? This, that, and the other. Every last one of them books will tell you, don't use your money, use other people's money. And that's all Diddy's doing. He ain't doing nothing different than the rest of those rich people. So the fact that he owes $100 million in mortgages, if you read a book on finances, they will also tell you never to lease a car. And listen, because sometimes y'all get so sensitive. If you lease and it works for you, do you. I'm not here to knock anybody's hustle and how you do things. But if you read the book on the people that have their money, they tell you never lease a car. It's puffing money out the window. Because you got to put a whole big down payment. Then every 3 years or 2 years, you got to either buy that thing out or redo it again. They tell you don't do it. That's what they say. Also, all these car dealers, they want to tell you how much you putting down. I got $1. At best, maybe I could give you 500. Credit score is king. You can have a beautiful credit score and no money, and they're going to lend you the world. I promise you that. You can have a whole bunch of money, your credit score is in the trash, and they're going to come for your neck, even with the interest rate. But when it comes to cars, every $1,000 you put down is only taking about $10 off your payment. Keep your money in your pocket. Use other people's money. OPM. I had 3 cars my whole life. I drive my cars till the wheels fall off. Now, we all know the minute you drive that car off the lot, it depreciates. Come on with the FICO score. I see you out there. So everybody's like, oh, he's broke. He owes this. He owes that. The man is doing what all the other rich people do. They play around with other people's money and inflate their wealth. So he did what the rich people do. He got up there, started hanging out with the rich. They told him how to do it, and that's all he doing. Trump did it. Simon Guobadia did it. And there's probably a whole list of others. Kanye West did it. The minute Adidas pulled the deal from Kanye West, he was crying broke, and they took him off the Forbes billionaire list. Listen, if y'all want to talk, the Kardashians did it. I think when they said Kylie, was it Kylie, one of them, the one that had the lipstick, whatever, when they put her on as a billionaire, they said Kris Jenner did some magical mathematics to make her a billionaire. They said they act like they own a whole church, because when it's taxes with the church, it's a whole different thing. You don't pay taxes, so the Kardashians own the church. Listen, they all do it. Every last one of them. They do it. So if he broke, he rich people broke. Yes, he is. But we're going to talk about Diddy and this $100 million that he owes to the bank. See, the thing is, and I'm saying to myself, why does he need all of these big properties everywhere? Because probably that's where the FOs was being held at. You're not going to go to a hotel and they got cameras and all this kind of stuff, and they're going to have footage to prove that I was there and that all these other people were there. So we're going to do it at my houses, at my mansions. And the bank funding it. And when you read it, it was 2034, 2039. Some years far, far off is when he owes all the money. This is what the rich people do. Listen, on my level, they call it interest-free for 12 months, 24 months, or 36 months. I do it all the time. All the time. When I moved into my home, it was not new. It was not a new model, right? Someone owned it before me, and they had carpet down. I pulled all the carpet up, and I wanted hardwood floors. Hardwood floors are expensive. Hardwood floors are my whole home, and my home is not that big. $14,000. I said, ooh. You got interest-free plan? They sure did, and I did it. And as long as you pay it off within that time, boom, other people's money. You better catch that and get on to it now, people. And the next time you got to go buy a car, don't give up your $5,000, your $2,000, your $10,000. Tell them you got $1. Then they're going to be like, you got to give us something. Okay, I got 500. Give you all my money, keep it in the pocket. And I'm not the big financial person, but I'm telling you, the people told me that every 1,000 is just going to knock off $10 off of your car note. Why give up all your money? For what? To knock off $50 off your car note if you give them 5,000? No. You better do the Tasha K when you're going to get that car. I ain't got it. But you got the right credit score, you would get the keys and you're going to be driving off. My very first car I owned, I want to say that thing turned over. Chevy Cavalier. I drove it till the wheels fell off. The window wasn't going down no more. It was beat down. That's when I said bye to her. I ain't spent. And me and Cardinals, so I'm allergic to them. I only get it if I have to. I don't need to be in the latest ride. Now, if I got it like that, then I do. But if I don't, I'm not going to be in the latest ride. No, I'm good. And give me some regular gas. I ain't dealing with all that premium gas because I like to run the streets. I don't need no $60, $70 every time I fill up my tank. No. Ooh. Regular gas, please. Fill it up. We got to talk, people. We're going to talk. A hot mess. Come on now. Hot mess. But all Diddy is doing is using other people's money. That's all he's doing. Yeah, don't tell him you ain't got it. You got good credit today. Tell him you ain't got it. No. I got 500. You start really, really low. Because they going to try to squeeze you. Got to go in there act like a damsel in distress. I got about $250. Can you help me? I like that car over there. Then we got Porsha and Simon Guobadia. Porsha and Simon Guobadia. This divorce is a whole circus. 15 months, I think they was married. And now it's a whole circus. And he ain't playing. I thought when I first saw Simon laid eyes on him, I thought he was kind of quiet, laid back. Nah, he ain't playing in these streets. He said, don't film in my house. Don't mention me on Roa. Don't mention nothing about this divorce. Oh, he's straight gangster. And if you want to know how to use other people's money, call Simon up. Because he got a whole $7 million mansion out there in Atlanta. He buying, what's that luxury car? Rolls Royce at the Rolls Royce at the Rolls Royce is in the garage. He over there in Dubai, chilling. Porsha done taught him how to take the selfies and whatnot. And he posted it up on the Instagram. But he sent them a cease and desist. Don't talk about me on Roa. Don't talk about the divorce. Don't film in my mansion. Yeah, he treated her just like he did Fallon. But you know what, though? You get what you get, right? This is me personally, and everybody got to do what they got to do. Let me tell you what I'm not going to do. I would not get with nobody else's man. You can't holler at me. You can't get my phone number, nothing. Because if you're doing it to her, you're going to do it to me. I'm good. Vivica Fox good. I'm good. No, we can't be friends. We can't go to lunch. I can't chat with you. You can't tell me about your relationship because I'm not a therapist. I don't want to hear about you. Y'all not working out. Y'all argue all the time. You staying for the kid. I don't want to hear it. I'm not a therapist. I don't need that on my back. You stay over there. You do what you do. And I'm going to go find me somebody who's single. I ain't messing with you. But it is what it is. And now she got what she got and she dealing with what she dealing with. And it seemed like she over there back up in her baby daddy face. Dennis. I promise you, I felt like she never got over Dennis. So we're going to see how this pans out with Dennis and Roa. This is going to be a show. But whatever she do, she ain't going to be able to film that in that mansion. What's she going to do? I don't know. We're gonna see though. Then we got this Tiana Taylor and her estranged husband Iman. Those two are they plucking at it too. I mean, I could have put this divorce row because what's the name? Tiana Taylor and Iman, and so is Janie Mai and Jeezy still fighting. Hot mess. Hot mess. Tiana Taylor saying, you know what? She wants the judge to get involved because when the kids go over to daddy already got a girlfriend in the house, sleeping in the house. The girlfriend got a daughter. You know, people are so messy. They let their kids see anything. Even the girl he's allegedly dating or with. Why would you want to be at that house when that man has his kids and you want to bring your daughter and you sleeping in the bed with this man? I mean, what? This is a mess. Why can't y'all meet in the street somewhere and the weekend his kids is with their mom and your kid is with her dad? Then y'all meet up and y'all do y'all. But you in the house, in the bed, his kids, it's a mess. His kids are there, your daughter's there. It's a hot mess. Yeah, no home trainer, Vanessa. It's a hot, flaming mess. And for what? So you're going to destroy the kids, mess with their mind. And especially, Iman, if you don't even know if this girl going to be long-term. So today they see you with Jenny, tomorrow Jackie, the next week, it's a mess. It's a mess. It's a hot mess. And Diddy, I don't know if Diddy playing it off for the people or he's just not bothered. I don't know what it is, but you know what though? I give it to him. He roaming the streets with the twins. They said they went to Top Golf the other day. Was playing Top Golf. Boop, hit the ball. He better than me. I would be passed out somewhere. The feds, Homeland Security, and raiding my home. I would be passed out. Y'all would have to come revive me. Is Diva okay? Y'all would have to come see about me. Homeland Security. They done cleaned my baby up. Child. I'll be on the church. Listen, I would be at the altar. This is gospel song. I love it. Take me to the king. Listen, take me to the king. I don't have much to bring. Pray for me. I need help. There's no way I just could not. And all of these lawsuits, and every time I turn around, the article after article after article about me. Then Suge Knight, collect calls from Suge Knight, and Suge Knight telling me, watch my back. They gonna try to get me? I'd be sick to my stomach. I probably weigh like 2 pounds. I wouldn't be able to eat. Y'all would have to come over. Come on, Diva. Just take a sip. Eat a little something. You're gonna disappear. Come on now, my heart is torn to pieces. You know the song. Child, I'm telling you, I would be no good. I'd be no good. Well, you know what, Rebels? I hate to say this. He would be okay dropping the soap. According to the streets, he would be okay. He like it. He allegedly like it big. I ain't gonna go there because this is a night show, but it ain't after dark. But he probably go in there and drop the soap on purpose. He might be in heaven. He a piece of work. You know what though? I will say this because I just be listening and reading a lot of stuff. I will say this. What's his name? Darn it, what's the rapper name? Because he's actually having a show April 2nd. Who's the one that's always with Remy Ma? What is his name? Always with Remy Ma. Those two make music together. They call each other brother and sister. Well, he's gonna have a show April 2nd on at the Apollo. And I appreciate him because he did a little news interview. And Fat Joe, thank you, Katrina. Fat Joe said, because they asked him, they was like, what do you think about this Diddy thing? And see, this is how you respond in the interview. Come on, Fat Joe. He said, I'm not, he said, I'm not talking on that. He said, I know as much as you know. Whatever the media know, he said, that's what I know. He said, but I do know this. He said, it's a sad situation. And he said, and she said, oh, you wasn't friends with Diddy? He said, I didn't say that. If we have time, I'm going to play that piece for you. He said, I didn't say that. He said, but you know what, though? He said, I got on my knees the other day, it was like early in the morning. And he said, I prayed for Diddy. I prayed for his kids. I prayed for the family. He said, because this is a sad time for Diddy and the family. And I'm paraphrasing, but I said, you know what, Fat Joe, I like you. You the type of friend I would want to have. I like you. Because listen, people fall down. And when you fall down, that's when you find out who your true friends are. So he didn't deny him as a friend. Come on now. Somebody here with me? Y'all here with me? Come on. Yes. Come on, Lexi. You saw it? Come on. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Did it not touch your heart? I said, woo, that's a good. Come on now. That's a good dude. That's a good dude. He did not deny Diddy. He said he known Diddy for 30 plus years. He said, I don't know anything more about this situation than y'all do, but I pray for Diddy and his family. He might have been at the parties, but there's a lot of people that been at those parties that's trying to act like they were not. A lot of people that been there, they trying to act like they were not. They trying to, distance themselves from Diddy, and they're trying to act crazy. That man said, I'm praying for him and his family. I said, woo! Very diplomatic. Come on, Vanessa. But I said, you know what? I can get a friend. I could deal with a friend like that. I could deal with a friend like that. Yeah, I could definitely deal with a friend like that. That's the type of people I like. You fell down, the whole world against you. Now, he ain't saying I'm speaking to him. I'm over at his house, but he said I pray for him. And honey, the best thing you could ever do for somebody is pray for them. And sincerely mean it. So Fat Joe, he touched my heart. I saw that interview. I sure did. I sat up. I was like, woo. Because I was waiting to see. Because she was asking. Because everybody, of course, if you know Diddy, they're going to ask you about the situation now. And everybody want to talk about the horrible story way back then, even though you were still in his face. Come on now. But I said, look at Fat Joe. That's a friend for you. Prayer works. You better tell the people prayer works. He said, I pray for him and his family. I said, come on, Fat Joe. I like you. I really, really do. Now, I don't ran my mouth a lot. I ran my mouth enough already. Come on, people, hit that like button because I'm going to bring y'all all in the building. Now, you want to know what's so sad with this Diddy thing? The man had the talent in him. And all of us have a good side and a bad side. And maybe the bad side is not so evil. And maybe every day you got to compete on who's going to show up that day. Unfortunately for Diddy, his sinister side seemed to rise to the top and win every day. The sad thing is that man really could have changed history if he wasn't so sinister. I appreciate you, Smack, too. He really could have changed history. He got a talent in him. The Love album ain't bad. But just like so many others, like R. Kelly, sinister, but darn it, that man had a talent in him. Sometimes you got to recognize where you have a deficit and maybe go sit in a therapist's face and pray and pray and pray. God, help bring the good out of me. Sinister side of R. Kelly. So all his good talent is a wash. It's a wash. What's interesting is they never removed every movie that Weinstein made off the airways. But when it comes to Bill Cosby, can you see the Bill Cosby show anywhere? Is it streaming anywhere? R. Kelly, they just took that music off. I'm going to bring the people in the building. Y'all know what I need, right? I need a what? I need a choo-choo. It is Friday night trending topics. I appreciate y'all being here with me. And it's called A Hot Mess. As I bring the people in the building, let me see. Let me share this screen. Let me see if I could play a little bit from the Love album.
As we proceed to give you what you need. Bad boy, I'm proud of myself. West Coast, East Coast, motherfucker. B.I.G. motherfucker. Let's go. I tell them watch closely, jot notes. If you use my approach, you can dock boats. Yeah, you can get exposed to all that. Girl, you know I'm hard to get a hold of contact. Probably overseas with business owners and all that. Flights to Minnesota with dinner over a contract. See, lame, go and do lame. How you flexing when you're crew ain't? Think that you ain't probably trick on something you ain't hit. Try to do me, but the shoe ain't fit. And your juice ain't lit. So tell them niggas I said break bread off. You know spray lead off. Take heads off. Break law, pay feds off. You ain't never meet Poppy got the king sped off. With your face set off. I keep the rooftops to watch you. I move by smooth, even keep the new spots supplied. I slide through back of the Maybach. Badu, something 5'2" with a fly dude. How you? I don't know you yet, but I'm trying to. I leave your mind blue. If you don't mind trying to climb through, new quarters of time, yeah, I think it's time to. Never slip up. One of the homies get picked up, sell all the whips and switch the cribs up. Get my dicks up by mermaids, black shades, mermaids. The whole last winter I went through a fur phase. You know it. Fast over 32, effortless, bad boy. And we won't stop, cause we can't stop. B.I.G. Brooklyn, yeah. Puff Daddy New York, yeah. Bad boy, yeah. Unstoppable.
Okay, Tay, I hear you.
Unstoppable. Click, click. He's coming to bring some love.
Just talking it, but ain't living it. Crystal pop and sipping it. Mob hats and lizards. Gator chunks big. Rolling blunts with the williest of the willy. Hits like pop, them ones and 9 milli. Stories like a motherfucker. Model bitch, wondering if I'm a f with her. She know I treat my bitch like Havana. Dolce and Gabbana dripping. Big Papa, never slipping. H-class diamond, shining. Dinner with wifey, whining, dining. Smoking cigars in Bogota with Colombian niggas named Panama and Enrique. Games we play, life ending. Bend it over with ease. 4 pair Moschino jeans and Donna Cameron tank top. I got your bank stock. Singles on top. Benjamins under the rest of them. Advancing from duplex to mansion. Stashing keys, hiding cheese overseas. VCRs in my V's. Game elevates, money I make into stocks and real estate big. Jet skiing in the Caribbean, white sand, discussing plans with my man. Dark blue land, smoke tint, chrome rims and a system that leave my rear views trembling. What you gonna do when Papa catch your attitude? Drop to your knees and show gratitude. Kiss my ring, it's a Frank White thing. I stay potent. Devoted, take my and beat through.
Big blunts of grass made back on the dash. 40 karat gold Cartier on the class. New coats for shooters, tinted the Land Cruisers. My maneuvers, sparking these little rumors. Duffel bags, Percocet, the Rugers. Still the smoothest, at roughing up all the jewelers. Danny Glover, up the pistol, undercover. Propositions and proposals, bring them on a double. Raising, the K's in, the days in. Jalen, that brain is amazing. Top tier, egotistical and he arrogant. Skyscraper, kilo up in the cabinet. For bad to snort blinds the 4th time. So rock boy, blue dot, you should call mine. Each coast fat boy, he be so braggadocious. Air Forces, mansions in them on the ocean. Benefits, feed my niggas, I'm talking fishing grits. Immigrants came a long way up out the tenements. Gunshots, hereditary, get your daddy buried. Wait will march, got out of prison February. Cold game, menage a trois in my gold chain. Bad boy Bugattis in all 4 lanes. The strip flip when the split flip. Double M cruise ship with a thick beat.
You'll see.
Woo. Okay, a lot of y'all say he's still stealing from Biggie. Yeah, well, you know that's from the Love album, the Off the Grid, honey, Off the Grid. And ironically, You know, they said life and death is in the power of the tongue. Because listen, ironically, maybe soon he will be off the grid and behind bars. Oh my goodness. And listen, bad boys for life. With it,
and you don't stop.
Why it sound like he having a FO while he making that song?
Right. And then Suge Knight's thing was called Death Row, and where he at doing 28 behind bars. Be careful of the names. Be careful what you manifesting in the name. He said bad boy for life, and he ain't never lie. Because from the moment he stepped on the scene until this very second right here, he lived up to that name, bad boy. Now listen, we're going to go right into this situation here where the latest update was, and then we'll roll into our other people, is that they want to put out that words have power. Come on, Nubian Mahogany. They wanted to put out that this man owes $100 million in mortgages. Now everybody was losing their mind. That's why he don't want to pay the lawsuits, because he don't have no money and this, that, and the other. He's broke. This, that, and the other. If you read, he had the loans from like 2014 or something like that. And what is this, 2024? The thing is, let me share this screen. Where my little thing at? Here we go. Hold on one second. So they said Diddy owes the bank nearly $100 million after taking out 8 mortgages on his 3 extravagant homes in Los Angeles and Miami that were raided by Homeland Security. Listen, they all do it. Do you remember? Well, I'm sure y'all remember Kim Zolciak. They ran into trouble by taking out the second mortgage, which they defaulted on. And then it trickled in so they couldn't even pay the first mortgage. And then the fact that they just had gambling problems allegedly and everything else. And boom, the bank said, give us our money. Right? So Diddy 54 took out 8 mortgages to fund the purchases of 3 luxury mansions in Los Angeles and Miami. I don't even understand, like, why do you need so many properties? The rap star borrowed nearly $140 million from multiple banks to pay for homes, and close to $100 million is still owed. On Monday, the same properties were raided by Homeland Security as part of a human investigation, right? You ain't got to go over that because that's the story that's been doing that all week. So Diddy has borrowed an eye-watering $140 million from multiple banks to pay for his extravagant property empire, raising questions as to whether he really does have a $1 billion fortune. So when they do your estimate on like what your worth is, they throw everything in the bucket. They throw all your deals that you have with Adidas, Nike, this one, that one. They throw any salary you have in there, any 401k. They throw all the homes in there, and that's where they get how much you're worth. Never is it that you have $1 billion in liquid cash. It's never that's the case, right? But could he not have that $1 billion fortune now? He most likely does not, because when this first happened with Cassie, I'm going to say right after, they named about 20 companies that dropped him immediately. He had bought back Sean John, and he was supposed to revamp that. He had his Revolt TV, and then he had to step down and sell his shares in that. He had already lost all the alcohol deals because he wanted to fight them and take them to court claiming racism. He lost a lot. Once he started being accused of the SA, they was all starting to back away. Same thing they did to Jonathan Majors. It could be the biggest home loan ever taken out by a Hollywood star, as a 54-year-old has needed several mortgages to fund the purchase of 3 luxury mansions in Los Angeles and Miami. I think that's a far-fetched, right? When you got Trump was buying casinos, buildings, this, that, and the other on all these loans. But I'll move on from that. If they want to say his is most shocking, then I'll roll with it. All three were raided on Monday by Homeland Security at the mounting S harassment and R lawsuits, with agents ransacking the homes, taking away boxes and bags of evidence. Nearly $100 million is still owed by the rapper, producer, and entrepreneur, which is due to be paid back within the next few years, with one $23 million loan needing to be paid back in 2029. Well, he got 5 years for that. He'll sell it before then. Or he'll try to sell it. I don't know who's going to buy it. In 2022, Forbes estimated that Diddy, who has 7 children with 4 different women, was estimated to be worth $1 billion. He purchased his LA home for $39 million in August of 2014. Situated in the celeb enclave of Homely Hills. It has 8 bedrooms, 11 bathrooms, and an underwater swimming tunnel. This thing is insane. An underwater swimming tunnel. It's saddled with 2 mortgages from Bank of America, both for $25.35 million in 2014 and May 2021, and neither appears to have been paid off. The former is due to be repaid in full August 2029, and the latter in May 2036. Diddy, whose real name is Sean Combs, has also bought side-by-side luxury estates on uber-wealthy Star Island in Miami Beach, both of which were also rated this week in the ST Pro. And I think he bought those 2 together. So one would be the home where his kids chill at, and the other one will be where he allegedly do whatever. Okay. 2 mortgages were taken out. I think I read. 2 mortgages was taken out when he bought a waterfront 9-bed, 12-bath pad in November 2003 for $14.5 million from Sony music head Tommy, credited with guiding the careers of Mariah Carey and Diddy's ex Jennifer Lopez. It appears there were financial constraints at the time for Combs, as one of these loans, a balloon mortgage for $1.5 million, is from previous owner Mottola and had to be paid back within 2 months. The second was for $7.25 million with City Mortgage and is due to be squared up in December of 2033. It's more complicated 2 years later in February 2005 when he initially borrowed a further $22 million from HSBC Bank USA. And the move was so risky on the bank's part that Combs had to personally act as guarantor. Listen, the man borrowed money. He got home at the home. He borrowed money. Somebody's not on mute, please. He got money at the money that he borrowed. And it's like some is due now, some is due 2036. But the people are saying because he owes this $100 million, he's broke. He's rich people broke. If he is broke. Leo, your thoughts?
Wow. I ain't pressed. I don't care. Whatever it is, I'm not pressed on Diddy because he been doing this stuff for decades. Mm-hmm. And whatever means that he can make his money, believe me, legal or illegal, that man is making that money. Mm-hmm. So I ain't pressed. I look. So what? It's $100 million. Ain't he worth $1 billion? He was at least 2 years ago. So right. Let's say he took all his endorsements, 20 of them. Let's just say he worth 400 million. Let's just do that. 400 million. He ain't broke. He all right. He good.
Uh-huh. He sure is. In my opinion, your thoughts?
You better hope them banks will just come and say, time up, we were to click.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate you. Felicia, you're up.
Hey, well, blessed Good Friday to everybody, and I wish you all a wonderful Easter, all the believers. I'm with Leo. I don't really care. I'm with opinion. Time's up, and we're just looking forward to the handcuffing and the charges. That's it.
I appreciate you. Thank you, Felicia.
One thing, Diva, did you know Louis Gossett Jr. passed away?
I did. I got a little video at the end. He's
okay. All right.
Yeah, I did.
Apologies.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Dr. Love.
Good Friday, everyone.
Good Friday.
Hey, Diva. I don't know if I said hi. Panel, and chat that's out there. Yeah, I don't think Diddy is far from broke. And if he knew what we knew, he would go and pay them houses off and go and put them in them kids' name or give it to whoever he need to give them to. Cause we do kind of know time up. At this point, they're gonna figure out something to charge him with. We don't know what, but it is something. So yeah, so if he knew what I knew, I if he got sense. I feel like he should pay them houses off with the little, probably liquid, not little, but the liquid that he has, and give them to the sons. Um,
He
or
probably need to sell them off, right?
yeah, or put them in a.
Would never
You,
be able to afford. They would never be able to afford to live there without him.
Yeah,
you
without him.
sure
So
right
they need
because
to
of the
be
taxes,
sold
the
immediately.
upkeep. Yep, you're right. The taxes and the upkeep. But at this point, it's gonna be hard for him to sell them. So and get what they're worth. So he best to put them in a trust or something. I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a mess. That's all I can say. It's a mess. Katrina, you're up.
Good evening, y'all. We have some crazy folks that will buy his property. Look, you have people fighting over Epstein property, which is weird and freaky. But you have people that will buy it. But if I was him, the one thing I would do, I would focus on one home and let the others go until well, I guess we're not rich or whatsoever, so we don't know their problems. But that's what I would do. And the thing of it is, if I had the money that they had, I would not be, I would not have a mortgage. I would pay the house off right then and there. Therefore, I can get the escrow out of it. But rich people money is done different ways. But he got a tunnel, a water tunnel, so he can get one of them jetpacks in the back and zoom up out of there before come for him again. But either way, like you say, Trump has done the same thing. He buy all this stuff and then file bankruptcy, or the stuff go out of business, like he did all those casinos. All of them went in bankruptcy. He has a man with a good name and bad credit. No, he has a bad credit, but he has a good name. That's the difference. You can take that Trump name, you can probably buy anything, but then again, he found out he can't do that either because wasn't nobody back him with that bond that he needed. So good luck, Diddy. Fly through that little tunnel. Maybe you have some luck going down there. That's all I got.
Thank you, Savannah. You're up.
I just took a DNA test and it came back that I 100% do not care. This is a story, non-story. We all know that this man is not broke. And I am so diddied out. I'm just ready for this story to go away, ready for him to get the cuffs on and for us to move on from this. Is just I'm just overwhelmed, just done with it. He's playing the same game that every other rich person has played. It's the same old story. So I agree with Leo, Felicia, in my opinion. Just move on next. There's nothing here, nothing to talk about.
Thank you. E, you're up. Are you there, E? You might have lost him.
He listen to Jolene.
Tay, you're up.
I agree with my sister in the first row right there and the middle row right there. I'm tired D too. Yeah, just click and beat on him, please. That's all.
Thank you, Tay. Julius, you're up.
Cling, cling. Not my business. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, but they got to find something to charge him with before they clink him up. And that's where their struggle is. because a lot of things he did, I guess, there's a lot of pieces that he wasn't that stupid. He made sure, and even from his beginning days, that somebody else would always be able to go down before him or with him. When he goes to the clubs, he likes to give his pow pows for somebody else to hold them, and you pass it to him when he needs it. He got the ladies and other people going to get the workers for him. The payments always went through somebody else and not directly through Diddy. That's what their struggle is right now. But so they figure, like I said, they're going to run a circus to kind of try to do him in the public opinion, so to speak, while they're trying to figure out how can we get this thing done, because they're struggling with that piece. They're struggling big time. But we'll move on. But I'll just say this: broke. If he is broke, is rich people broke, but he's still chilling, right? You said charge him with wasting. Hey, Juice, charge him with wasting good money. That's a whole crime. But whose money is he really wasting, though? Whose money is he wasting? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to Teyana Taylor accuses her ex Iman Shepherd of having female friends sleep over on his weekend with the girls in the divorce war. Before I bring up this article, I would smack to you. They're still connecting the dots. Before I bring up this article, and I know a lot of things is easier said than done, right? But I think some things got to trump other things, especially when kids are involved, right? When you have kids together, you need to really figure out how you can do this thing the best way possible so it doesn't impact the kids. And sometimes some people, someone in the couple there, so to speak, maybe got to take the hit, so to speak, just to protect the kids, right? This is a whole hot mess. Those two been going back and forth ever since they announced that they were getting a divorce, from lights being cut off, being left in homes that are not renovated. It's just a mess. And now we're talking and dealing with, the woman that is sleeping over, and the kids are sleeping over too. Usually when you're in the court like that and already the courts are involved, they kind of give you a whole bunch of rules, and they do order both parents to kind of not have anyone around the kids unless it's going to be a serious relationship. So this is just messy. So Teyana Taylor accuses ex Iman Shepherd of having female friends sleep over on his weekend with daughters in divorce war. So there go those two right there. Now, Teyana Taylor isn't happy with her estranged husband, Iman, claiming he's confusing their daughters by allowing a female friend to sleep with him in his bedroom on at least one of the weekends he had their children, RadarOnline.com has learned. Teyana filed new documents asking to call on a child psychiatrist to testify about the lasting effects alleged issues like these can have on young minds. According to the singer, the alleged incident happened a few weeks ago when the daughters Junie 8 and Ruth 3 stayed with their former NBA star father. Teyana claimed Iman had a female companion staying at his home during his parenting weekend with the girls, claiming she saw and heard the woman during a FaceTime call with them. She also alleged the same woman went with Iman and the girls to Sky Zone later. She further charged that Junie told her that she was confused when she saw her daddy sharing a bed with his female companion, claiming Iman told her the friend was sleeping over because her house was broken. So now you lying to the kids? That's a mess, Iman. In legal documents obtained by TMZ, Teyana insisted that Iman doesn't need to bring another woman around or let her sleep at his home on the weekends he has the kids, noting he only gives Junie and Rue 2 weekends every month and a handful of Fridays. She claimed the former athlete has no clue that his actions affect their daughters, which is why she's demanding to bring in a professional to testify during their divorce battle. I really hope these two get it together soon, and I hope they get it together soon for the sake of the children. As the outlet reported, Teyana secretly filed for divorce in January using only their initials, which kept their high-profile breakup hidden for months before she announced their split on social media. It wasn't until Iman filed his motion demanding their legal names be listed that the divorce was made public. Sleepovers with new friends isn't the only topic they are fighting about. Radar Online told you that Tiana demanded primary custody of their kids and child support. She claims Iman is irresponsible with Junie and Rule, adding the girls appear to be disheveled and are not properly fed while in his care. Tiana also accused him of having reckless disregard for the safety and well-being of the girls. Iman denied the accusations. Iman asks for significant time with the parties minor children, but then leaves them with his parents or others for the majority of the time requested. Iman's interest in the party's daughters is more like his chance for photo opportunities as opposed to providing true parenting and care for the girls. Teyana further shows the court that when Iman gets angry, he is irresponsible with the girls, the petition read. Tiana also mentioned in 2022 criminal arrests in Texas for possession of marijuana and his 2016 DUI in Georgia. She's asking for primary custody and support, accusing Iman of not paying her a dime for the girls since their split. Oh, it's ugly. Neil, your thoughts?
You know, most of this is his response to her. Mm-hmm. He is acting out on these children, and it's sad, and it's disturbing. Mm-hmm. And I also to me, you really see who the person is when you splitting up. When you splitting up, you really see who this fool really is. And he is showing who he really is to act this way. And I'm not even all that pressed about him having another woman. Ain't nobody upset about that. But you got your babies there. Mm-hmm. You all they know. Like, why would you even have yourself look in this light and have to lie to these kids? He is just And I also want them to get me out the chat. But when you read that article, what I realized was that Radar Online is getting this information from court documents because it's not sealed. And Iman wanted their names put out there. Mm-hmm. He wants this to be a circus. And it is how much he so dislikes his wife. He dislikes that she's beautiful. He dislikes that she's successful. He dislikes the fact that people in the public know her before they know him. I didn't get to know who this man was until after he married her. That's just how it is.
Right.
So once again, I wish them good luck.
Yeah, it's nothing worse than when your own mate is jealous of you.
But it's deep rooted, and it goes back to whatever he got going on with him, and it's terrible. It really is to show out like this in the public. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, and she was trying to do the right thing, right? Because she filed with the initials, and then he came back and said, "Nope, put our names out there." Yeah, he's butt angry.
Yes, he is.
Mm-hmm. In my opinion, you're up.
Diva, I'm gonna respect Miss Tiana's words. She told us to don't talk about her. This was her private matter to keep us out the group chat. But I'm gonna keep our name out of her mouth.
Thank you. In my opinion, I appreciate you. Katrina, you're up.
Leo, in my opinion, y'all on board. Same thing with me. She want us to keep her name out of our mouth. We respect Diva, so we going on with the plan. But that's what you married. We didn't marry this. You didn't know this man all this time, and now he's getting mad with you, and now you getting mad with him. And then the thing of it is, He's not showing you no respect. He wants people to think that he's a playboy and that he can move on without you. That's why he wanted his name out there to let people know that, oh, I can give me another girl. But then you got this lady coming around your kids. I mean, come on. You don't bring each and everybody around your kids because your kids will get confused and they will see that you really is a whore. So if that's what he wants to do and that's how his kids going to perceive him, we're done.
I appreciate you. Ooh, Savannah.
I agree. She wanted us to not mention her name, their situation, and to keep it out of the blogs or the. So we shouldn't mention it, as she said. But when they were sharing, other bringing other people into their bedroom, it wasn't an issue. Bringing other partners around their children, it wasn't an issue. Now all of a sudden, it is an issue. And she knew that there was when they were doing the things as a couple, it wasn't a problem, and now it is. It just breaks my soul that these two adults are not putting the children first. And after seeing all these horrific stories of children being neglected, abused, unalived in the news lately, these two adults who have the means to do better and know better are not they just piss me off. I'm just disappointed in them, and so let's not discuss them as she requested.
Felicia, you're up.
I remember we did a story where Miss Taylor said she was good, and I believe her. And I'm done.
Thank you, Dr. Love. You're up. Dr. Love, you there? All right, I'm gonna move from Dr. Love. Tay, you're up.
Well, I read Leo, in my opinion, and Katrina, Savannah, and Felicia. I'm on my own business right now. I'm on my own business.
Thank you, Tay. Julius, you're up.
I'm stepping in the lane of summer rain. I'm keeping myself out the group chat and minding my business.
Thank you, Julius. So, my thoughts on this whole situation is I always say put the kids first. Like, why have children if you're not going to put them at the forefront and protect them? And so I get it right now. He's in this mode where he's playing this game, like Leo said. He's angry at her. He's pissed off. And you could tell that she was, at least, no matter what they did when they was together as a couple, and maybe when they had said threesomes, they did them outside of the home and the kids never saw and they were never impacted. But she at least tried to go file this thing and put just their initials, and he forced her to put out their names. He forced her hand. And then when she went back to the courts and she asked him, can we please seal this case? I don't know. I have to get more information and details on when maybe one party wants the case sealed and the other does not, because I think that's the same thing that's happening with Jeannie Mai and Jeezy. One of them wanted sealed and the other one does not. But I will say this, if you're in a relationship and you have to dim your light just so the other one will stay with you and so they can feel good about yourself, that's a definite red flag right there that you need to run, go, and leave that thing alone and never look back. She dimmed her light for most of their marriage with him. She stopped working, and now he left you and don't want to give you a dime. Or now you're broke up and he doesn't want to give you a dime. He left you in this home that needs to be renovated. Renovations are not complete. And you're in there with your kids. The thing is a whole hot mess, and I wish them well, and I hope that this thing gets resolved soon. Quick, fast, in a hurry. So I'm praying for the best for her and the children, and that this divorce, just like I'm hoping that Jeannie Mai and Jeezy settle theirs quickly. And my thing is, if you have the money, I go back to, if you never saw that interview with Country Wayne on Club Shay Shay, Good interview. You need to watch it. That man said, I can always make money, but I can't get my time back. All of this bickering back and forth. Listen, I would figure out what's the best way we could settle this divorce, get it done, and let this man be out of my life in terms of me, but still in the life in terms of the children. So I'm going to go ahead and move on and roll into my last story. And my last story is Porsha and Simon Guobadia. Now, you know, these two, they're another one, right? Where Porsha, I understand. I think Porsha is that girl that she just wants to be married. She doesn't want to date. And I get that, right? But here's the thing that people need to understand too. When you're doing stuff shady and messy, it's just, you're going to get shady and messiness in your life. And so even if you want to say that Simon was done with Fallon when by the time Porsha got with him, I won't resurface and go backtrack on that. But at the very least, you knew he wasn't divorced yet, and you got with him, and now you got what you got. You got God. I'm shocked because she's saying that they're saying that the prenup said in the event that there was a dissolution of their marriage, that he will move out the home within 30 days. I'm shocked that he kind of signed that prenup. I did not see the prenup myself, but that's what one article I read said that it was. And that's why Porsha's like, let me back in my mansion. I have rights to it until we sell it or whatever the case may be. Let me see. What will happen when they both divorce and dating other people? Life goes on. I hope they cope with living good lives in the future for the best of the kids. I do agree with you, Juice Radio. At some point they got a date, but those two, they're just plucking away at each other right now. And the collateral damage are the children. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on. Yeah, but Porsha's fighting a scammer for the house and money. Listen. Porsha, the only reason why I could believe that was part of the prenup, because I never forget on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Porsha said, I will never be homeless again. She learned her lesson when she divorced Cordell. She was like, never again, because she kind of worked her way up from scratch. So how she fell into the hands of the scammer, well, that's a whole nother story in and of itself. So let me go ahead into this, because right now, you know what, he feisty. I'm a little shocked because I didn't think, I pictured Simon just being kind of laid back and quiet. Well, I was fooled. So Porsha Williams' ex Simon demands that the Roller star turn over Bravo contract, all texts with producers about divorce. They've been accusing each other of a lot of things, but he also accused her of being with some other man. And he wants all the text messages and everything. So Porsha Williams' estranged husband, Simon Guobadia, demanded she turn over a copy of her passport and every page in the book, along with all texts she exchanged with Roller producers about their divorce. According to court documents obtained by RadarOnline.com, Simon gave Porsha until April 4th. Well, that's right around the corner. That's next week. Yeah, Simon wants a peach. Okay, to April 4th to produce a series of documents as part of their bitter split. Simon instructed his ex to turn over a copy of her passport book, copies of all payments to any hotels or motels from January 2024 to the present, proof she hired an armed bodyguard who he said came to their home recently, and all video and audio recordings taken at the marital home from February 2024 to present. He demanded Porsha turn over all contracts and agreements with Roller producers, True Entertainment, from 2022 to the present. In addition, he asked for all texts and emails between Roller producers and Porsha regarding her return and participation as a cast member to Roller from 2022 through the present. Simon said Porsha should give him all texts she shared with producers about him, their divorce, their prenup, and storylines in art topics for Porsha regarding Roller. The list also asks all communications they exchanged in Porsha's possession and any recordings she has of him. He did send production a cease and desist. So as RadarOnline.com first reported, Porsha filed for divorce from Simon on February 22nd after 15 months of marriage. In court documents, she explained after learning about Simon's alleged criminal past, she no longer wanted to be married to a stranger. Her lawyer wrote, wife shows that the news reports of husband's alleged immigration fraud and what appeared to be an imminent threat of deportation was shocking and affected the wife's mental and emotional well-being. None of this information was ever disclosed by husband to wife, despite wife having previously inquired about husband's immigration status and criminal history. Now, don't when you go to get a marriage license, don't they ask you if you're a citizen on that? I don't know. Somebody talk to me. Since learning her husband's checking immigration history and status, wife began to question everything that she initially believed to be true as it relates to her husband's character, immigration, business dealings, etc., and began to uncover additional information that husband failed to disclose to wife. Patricia did not wish to remain married to a stranger and filed for divorce, her lawyer added. Radar Online first reported Porsha recently accused Simon of fleeing to Dubai after she filed for divorce. She said he changed the locks on her from overseas and demanded exclusive access to the pad. She said the prenup they signed stated that Simon had to vacate the home within 30 days of divorce being filed. In response, Simon pleaded for a restraining order against Porsha and wanted her out of the pad. The judge has yet to rule. This thing is a whole hot mess. A whole hot mess. And he did file off a cease and desist to Bravo, Truly Entertainment, and he doesn't want any filming going on in said marital home. Leo, your thoughts?
He's another one. He real mad too. He real mad. Porsha want to be married so bad. And from everything that I seen in they dealings that I seen on video, it is she was actually acting like she was a former happy with this dude.
Yeah, I felt that way. I was shocked.
Right.
Up until the point where she got that contract, because remember she said, "Oh, I heard Porsha Williams was coming back." She said, "No, but Porsha Guobadia is."
Yes, all the way until that point. And when we found out about his immigration status and what he was doing in the 80s and the 90s, when she found out something with what she found out again that we don't know, that has not been said in the public, let her know to save her own skins, she need to get divorced immediately. And I don't know what that is, but something she heard made her feel like to protect herself and her child, she needs to get divorced from him immediately. And that is exactly what she did. And that thing punched him in the gut, and he is mad. He big mad. And let's all remember this too. Porsha's been divorced before.
Right.
From Cardell. So she knows the emotions that you go through when you get a divorce. So she herself is trying to clean it up for herself. That's it. She wanted a rich man and found out she ain't had one. She found out she ain't had one. She really know. And she must have probably did some forensic investigation real quick, or maybe she did something on her own and investigated and found out he really ain't got no money. She took that contract, she sold her story, and he wants to know what Bravo has. He wants to know what Bravo has because he wants his own peach. I don't even know why you would do litigation this way if you know you in the country illegally. Really?
Well, maybe he's in denial like the rest of them. Listen, Diddy's in denial. I mean, when the criminals get away, it appears like when the criminals get away with stuff for so long, it really becomes their reality. Their lives become their reality.
But I just don't. Because if I had decent, I don't know how Porsha brain worked, but if I had decent lawyers, I would trump that. I would definitely have him, because when you go to court and make claims, you have to prove legal standing.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to know, if you are here as a criminal, what is your legal standing to anything material that we have here going on in the United States? Prove your standing first.
Right.
And then we can talk.
That part, in my opinion, you're right.
Simon is a crook, a fraud, and a wannabe lady. And I'm gonna need him to have several receipts. Okay. I think when Porsha saw the controlling ways and then he had these fraud cases and he owed everybody, she didn't want her money being tapped into. So she got a divorce. And I think she did what was best for her and her child. As far as him wanting communications of what's going on in her contract, that is her contract. You are not her daddy. She don't need you looking over her paperwork. You are not an attorney. I will tell you where to kiss it and where to go after you kiss it. Okay? And if Porsha is smart like I think she is, you better play that trump card and put his behind out the house. Because she got paperwork that say that house belonged to her as of March the 21st, 2024. I'm going to say, BB, get your stuff out.
Thank you, in my opinion. Katrina, you up?
This is crazy. What I want to know, is her name on the mortgage for this mansion?
He said it's not. He said just his name is on it. But the
Maybe
prenup
their name is on it.
Well, I have not seen it. I'm just saying he said just his name is on it. And but the prenup said is you gonna get out, you gotta get out.
Yeah, because I wouldn't think. Okay, I know Porsha I don't know if she let her mom bought her house or her mom buying her house out or something. But I know she still got her house in her family. I know that part because, like, when Dennis moved in, she didn't want to put Dennis stuff upstairs. His stuff stayed down in the basement. So I know she's being cautious of what she's doing because she don't want, like you said, she don't want to be homeless again. But what I don't understand is and she looked like she was happy. So, but I can't take that from her. Or maybe it was all in appearance. I don't know. But what I don't get is this California rate. I mean, if he did Fallon that way, what make you think he was going to do you another way? You saw what Fallon got, 50,000 in a starter home, and you still went with this man. You did his teeth, got him looking good, shined him up, and everything. And look how he turned, because he wants to be front and center on that show. And by you divorcing him, he's, like you said, Leo, in my opinion, and Diva, he's bitter. He's bitter because now he can't get his peach. Because he definitely wanted to be on the show. He wanted to be front and center, because you see him on TikTok doing all his dancing in different clothes. He wanted to be on that show. Now he's mad that he's not. So he need to go suck an apple and go on by his business, or go on back over there to Nigeria or wherever he come from, scamming folks, doing as they always do, scamming folks on the phone, pretending like you working for a secret shopper, sending you checks in the mail. Nobody finna fall for that. And anybody fall for that, it is stupid. But anyway, I hope Porsha found her happiness, and I hope she get what she deserves, because everybody come down on Porsha. Porsha's still a human being, and people make mistakes. So all the way to both of them. That's it.
Thank you. Savannah, you're up.
What I hope for Portia is that she takes some time and be by herself for a while. What I didn't agree with Portia is that Portia's a mother and she moved way too fast, especially since she has a little girl. And I'm always very cautious when we have when we're young women and we move fast and we have little girls. And um, I'm just always very cautious. And I think that Portia needs to be alone. And it was evident to me that Simon was an opportunist. And when Portia threw that big old booty in that pool, in that hot tub, and Simon was just gone. It was done for. So I just wish the best for Porsha. I know she's going to do amazing in this season, Aurora, and I just want her to take some time off, focus on her, and just protect Pilar.
PJ. Okay, my screen shifted a little bit. Felicia, did I skip you?
Yeah, it's my turn. Thank you so much.
You're
I
welcome.
like
Hold
Porscha.
on, Felicia. Let me say something real quick. Whoever dog was barking, they would let you know that Simon is a dog. That's all I got to say. Go ahead, Felicia.
I cannot.
That was mine. I'm sorry.
I cannot.
Listen, I like Porscha and I like Simon and Porscha as a couple. I don't know what happened. Maybe it turned out that she found out she had to pay all the bills for all those weddings and everything, and she was mad about it. I don't know. She maybe she took the deal and she said, you know what, I don't want to be responsible for all of the other things. I'm going to move forward, and I think they're going to be back together. But you know what I do remember, because I don't watch that show, but I remember there was a clip where Simon said he always have a moving truck outside his house. That he move his women out just like that. And what Katrina say has a ring of truth in it. How he did Val, and he was going to do her. Didn't he move her stuff out and all them kids and the boyfriend? So she had a little inkling of who he is. So we'll see how it goes. I hope she does well this season, and a lot of people tune in.
Okay. Thank you, Felicia. All right. Carrie, yeah, that's exactly right. Like you said last night, Diva. If she doesn't heal, she'll attract the same kind of man with a different name. Yes, she will. Uh-huh. And she seemed to keep bumping her head against the same wall. But I mean, if you chasing a dollar bill, you why wouldn't you look into all of this before you married that man? Especially since you married him so quickly. 1 month you met him, the next month you engaged. And then the next month you walking down the aisle and having your wedding. And then after the fact, you want to you want to say, oh, he lied to me. You could have looked all that stuff up before you said I do, but you didn't want to. You wanted that fairy tale, and you got it all right. Julius, you're up.
She wanted a crazy man. She got that crazy man. Yeah, I mean, she wanted a crazy man. She got that crazy man, and he showed his crazy, and she doesn't like it, but she was mistreating everybody else. So, she got a taste of her own medicine. That's it. That's all.
Thank you. Oh, Tamron Hall tried to tell her. Then she tried to badmouth Tamron for doing her job. I'm trying to tell you. And now what? Now he gone 15 months later. Tay, you're out?
Well, she got the dog. Woo, woo, woo. Who's to let the dogs out? Who, who. That's all.
Thank you, Tay. I appreciate you. Emmanuel, you're up.
Let me tell you something. I love Porsha. Porsha is a hustler, and y'all girls should take notes from Porsha Williams, because the way she glowed up, how she went from the bottom to the top on her time on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. She got a baby. She went with a man, got her dream weddings with an S, multiple weddings, and now she's out. And let me tell you something, she's going to be even better when this is over. So I'm rooting for her. She's coming onto the show again. She's going to take over. This is going to be the Porsha show. And I can't wait. I'm really excited to keep cheering her on and to see the great things that she does to continue to inspire all of us. And Simon needs to be quiet.
Emmanuel, you go out there and marry you a Porsha. But I think with most of us, we're good. I don't need to take a page out of Porsha's book.
Yeah, delusional and confusion are good.
Because the hustler don't lose, don't let their money go. You let
But here's the
3
thing,
jobs win.
though. Here's the thing. I'm gonna marry Porsha, but I'm not gonna be a Simon. That's the difference.
Porsche let 3 jobs win, and thinking that she had a fairy tale. A lot of women do get married because of the wedding part of it. They're not marrying for the marriage. They get married because they want a fairy tale wedding. But all that money you used on that wedding, you should have been putting it in a bank somewhere and stacking it up. And being a
Porsche ain't
hustler, I
broke. She
love.
ain't let go of her go naked hair. She ain't let go of Pamper by Porsche. And by the way,
I'm
those
just saying
sheets
I
are
love Porsche. Don't
amazing.
get me wrong. Now I love Porsche, but I'm just saying Porsche keep getting these broken men. Look at Cordell. Look at what the other one named the hot dog man. Now look at Simon.
Damn.
All 3 men that she had, it was something flawed with them. So Porsche got to fix that flawness in her too. I love Porsche. Don't get me, because you know I'm a Porsche person, but Porsche got to look at herself in that audience too, because
She was a
something is
victim
not.
of R. Kelly.
Yeah, she's
Listen,
with R. Kelly.
um,
That thank you, in my opinion. That's what I'm
this
saying.
is this is just
It's
a
crazy.
chap. This is just another chapter in her book.
Listen, Emmanuel, I don't think the bar should be becoming the focus of a reality show. Only a car wreck is the highlight of a reality show. I'm trying to tell you, if the females need to look to Porsha as the bar on how we should go look for men, deal with men, be with men, well, it's going to be a sad day in this world. She didn't do the basic bottom line without even hiring anybody. You could straight Google, and figure out some things about your man. If you got
Well, you know
YouTube,
he had them fake immigration papers, Diva.
yeah,
Yeah.
come on. If you got YouTubers that can find out about your man, certainly you could have too. K&J, thank you so much for the super chat. Happy Easter, and thanks, Diva, for keeping us updated on Diddy details. Hashtag buy Porsche, leave people husbands alone. Well, then there's that. Come on, K&J. Then there's that. But you got Emmanuel, a whole man on the panel, telling us that we should be looking at other people's men when we're single. What kind of nonsense
No,
is that?
Diva. She
You
never
told
stole
us to
anyone.
look up to Porsha.
She didn't steal no one's man.
Okay.
She didn't steal no one. That man was off. He was not committed to. It's like if somebody.
Let me ask you this, Emmanuel. Did she meet the mother of the kids that he had in that home? Did she ask about where their mother is? What happened to the mother? Is the mother still amongst the living? No, she didn't care. All she cared about is she thought this man had Uber dollars. He was in this mansion. And for whatever reason, all the housewives that are black are obsessed with getting them an African man. So all she saw was African. She saw a mansion. She saw a Rolls Royce. Remember when he got her the Rolls Royce right after? Now, side note, and I ain't even gonna go crazy with this one because it's a whole rabbit hole. The side note is he utilized a lot of her money. That's the side note. But I let that go and wait till they come out with the article with it so y'all could connect to it better. But the side note is a lot of her funds were being utilized to fund the fake lifestyle.
And don't forget that that was his cousin or somebody who else had bought her that white Rolls Royce. And then he bought her the same car that he bought Fallon. Why are you buying us the same car in the same interior? Man, please. Like I said, Porsha is broken. I love her. Whatever, she's broken. And she keep picking these broken men that's inside. So, and then again, she did take that lady husband because I'm tell you why. Because he still wanted to get back with Fallon when he was with Porsha. So that would have showed you right then and there. Girl, please. I love Porsha, but that's just being dumb and stupid. Sorry.
Well, Fallon had a whole other baby with another man while they were together. So that's obviously they were not together. It's like
well, obviously it was all a fake hot mess, right? But then Porsha injected herself in it because she saw African, she saw money. She came to that house and she wanted that mansion and she wanted that lifestyle. And then they moved to that $7 million home and she had 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7 weddings. She had the African version, the American version, this version, the Hanukkah version, all that.
Even had
Kawhi
Cisco doing
version.
this. She even had Cisco performing the thong song.
Come on now. E, you're up.
I came up to talk about Jolene. First thing first, I am not interested in Jolene coming back to Roa. Now that Simon has filed a cease and desist, she can't film at the house. She cannot say his name. Well, whoops, there goes the storyline. She had 3 weddings in 30 days, which ultimately mean nothing because all 3 ended in divorce. So Jolene ain't doing nothing but wasting time, money, and these seamstress times because she robbed the fans of the storyline they deserve for season 15. She didn't want us to see all the cracks in that relationship when she first hoodwinked that lady out of her husband. You have to remember, Jolene is a show off. She loves to flaunt men's money just like her mama did with Hosea Williams the first, and she wants to show off an extravagant lifestyle. Why didn't she want us to see her riding on that African 419 Peter Wacker? Why didn't she want us to see her being a paymaster and how this old grandpapa done scammed Jolene not only out of her credit but out of her cootie cat? See, why didn't she want us to see all of that extravagance for season 15? Of course, it's going to be the Jolene show now because all the heavy hitters have moved on. It's easy to be the Jolene show in the company of a Sheree, of a Drew, and 3 newbies. I think Jolene needs to focus on raising Jolene Jr. and continue to co-parent with the man who sells the hot dogs. And hopefully, with his influence and the influence of her paternal grandmother, she won't end up with a bunch of married men and a bunch of P words like a mama. Choo choo.
Choo choo.
Well, she took time off after season 13 because her back was hurting of carrying that show ever since Nene left. So
I
she
thought her
needed some
back was
time
hurting.
to.
I thought her back was hurting from R. Kelly, from Dennis, from Simon, from that football player she had on there, and I thought her back
Now
was
we
hurting
know
from.
she was a victim of R. Kelly.
I don't know about the victim who was able to leave at any time she got ready, but I also thought her back was hurting from wanting to chew on candy until candy exploded. That's what I thought. Choo choo.
Oh well, let's not get into that because
Oh.
we know what that's about.
But wait a minute. Opinion, I read Portia's book. She said nothing happened. She was just up there a couple of days. What did I miss?
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk, Miss Felicia.
Okay. All right.
All right. So I appreciate y'all. We got a couple things we're going to show to close out. This is Good Friday. All right. And Diddy is Diddy. And we're going to see how this thing plays out. But I'm sure it is going to be story after story after story after story after story.
Oh,
And
Diva.
yes.
I'm sorry. Somebody just reminded me in the chat. Portia's back was really hurting after Bolo, so she wasn't carrying the season, honey. She was carrying something else, a third leg, and I believe they heard the audio in the next room. She was so loud and out of control. Choo choo.
She was single at the time though, so she had every right to have fun.
No, she wasn't. Dennis was in the picture. Go back and watch the season. That's why Dennis was so mad. He had to resort to sleeping with the pets, allegedly. Choo choo.
Okay, this Good Friday. I'm moving forward. I just want to play a little bit of this Fat Joe interview. I'm actually going to probably cue it up to the point because it's 7 minutes. I want to probably cue it up to the point where he talks about Diddy. But I love Fat Joe.
Pull up a pants and do the rock away.
Who dat?
I just want to sit here and listen.
Stage
All
with
you gotta
you.
do is tickle me, Rosanna. You look amazing.
You look amazing.
Come on now.
How much have you dropped?
Man, I was like 480 pounds at one time, like when Big Pun was alive. Yeah, so this was like years and years and years of understanding my body and what I can eat and what I can't.
So what are you doing differently?
I just lay off the carbs. I eat defensively. I eat what I want to eat, but I eat defensively. Yeah. So how you wake up every morning, hopefully everyone goes and brush their teeth first thing in the morning. Yeah, that's what we teach our kids. Right. So that's the first thing I do. I don't care if I'm like this. Well, every time I eat, sit down and eat, I'm eating defensively. I'm like staying away from the bread, staying away from the rice, staying away from the pasta, staying away from, I went to your restaurant and got a little fish with some broccoli.
I know, you can have
That's
that.
how I play the game.
I like that.
Maybe some burrata first, but I stay away. It's the carbs that really get you.
Yeah. Well, it's working for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
Listen,
working.
thank you.
So, lean back. Congratulations.
Wow.
20 years. So, Apollo, April 2nd, big night for you.
You know, I started at the Apollo Theater. I won amateur night 4 weeks in a row. So the Apollo really is my home. Harlem and the Bronx with one. And so I'm calling it $1 billion worth of stars on one stage in one night.
Because there's going to be a lot of guests with you.
Too many. And so what's going on is I'm a native New Yorker, and I'm trying to put a top 5 moment in the history of New York City. I'm not talking about just hip hop. I'm talking about when Muhammad Ali fought at Madison Square Garden.
Against Joe Frazier,
This is something where you go and you're going to be like, oh my God,
Wait,
I cannot
who's
believe.
there? Let's talk about
We got Dipset, we got The Lox, we got Remy.
Mary J., your sister.
I didn't say that. I did not say that. But a lot of people, I tell you, it's going to be $1 billion worth of stars in one.
Fetty.
Rumors. Big rumors.
But
big rumors.
Drake, wait, is Drake going to be there?
I thought you would say that. No, Drake is definitely not going to be there.
Okay, so he said no.
But you've been like,
but he didn't say
on a roll.
I was going to say, he didn't say no to other people.
She was on a roll.
All right.
And it's just going to be one big party, one big celebration of life. You know, it's just going to be a party at the Apollo. You know what I mean? It's going to be an incredible night, and it means so much to me.
April 2nd.
April 2nd.
Is the night. And look, I was saying earlier, it's hard to believe it's been 20 years since Lean Back came out. You know, it's been almost, I guess, 23, 24 years since What's Love, it came out, you and Ashanti. So, like, Remy's going to be there. Is Ashanti going to be there?
There's a possibility.
Okay, so
you guys are on a roll.
Well, this is what I want to know, though, because I'm trying to think.
I gotta go gambling with you guys.
You got to put the Terror Squad back together. And I know you lost, Big Pun and your boy Raul. You've lost some members, but you got to put back together. I don't know if it's for one night only or for a tour. For all us old people who need one more night to go out and see you guys.
Well, you're gonna see us all on stage on the 2nd. You know what I mean? Tone Sunshine, Remy Ma. I'm trying to get.
So there will be a reunion. That night.
We're a tight family. We're one of the most loyal, tightest families in hip hop. So we together. Like we all the way with this,
So are the tickets still available for?
I think so, but I think it's mostly sold out. And even if you could get an upper deck seat, I'm telling you, forget about the money. This don't even have nothing to do with the price of a ticket. This is somewhere you need to be. If you love hip-hop music, you're a New Yorker, you want to dance in the aisles, we're going to tell Apollo, don't be so strict. Let them dance. Let them have fun, because it's going to be an amazing night.
So, Joe, meanwhile, you got a lot of stuff.
Why fight the time when you can rewind the time?
Yeah, what's going on? What you bring us?
This is men's grooming. You take care. You and your sister always. Why us guys? When your wife says she wants you to go great, she's fixing you up. Okay? She don't want you out there looking your very best. So we say, why fight the time when you can rewind the time? Why look 53 when you can look 40? Why look 43 when you can look 30? And so this is ammonia free, so this doesn't break nobody out. This is very healthy.
So talk about it. This is specifically for beards.
But beards and hair.
Right. So you're not just going and doing hair dye and trying to put on your. No. This brings back.
I'm
saying other people, normally you have to go to the store, you get hair dye and try to put it on your beard. This is made specifically to go on your beard.
Yeah. Oh no, this is Italian. This is Italian hair color, brother. This is the best thing. We call this the Rolls Royce of hair grooming, and it's available at Sally's and Amazon.com. But mostly, it gives you that glow back. You feel. I got a friend. His hair was all the way white. He never dyed it. Never thought of it. So I used him like a guinea pig. I said, "Yo, sit down." Man, that man walked out that place 10 minutes later. He called me like, "I'll never be white again." Oh my God, the compliments I'm getting. This is amazing. That's what this is about.
I love it. You know who may need this?
Who?
Diddy. His hair may go white.
Yeah.
I know that you guys are somewhat
no comment.
friendly.
No. I mean, I didn't say no. Yeah. I know Diddy 30 years. I'm just praying. It's a very sad situation. I don't know enough about it. That's as far as I could go. I stood up last night, maybe 4 hours praying for him and his kids. His kids, I know them all their life. So, I'm just praying for everybody.
Have you had a chance to talk to him at all since this has been?
Nah, very sad occasion. No.
What about
I know what you guys know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What about our girl Wendy Williams? Because I know you were tight with Wendy.
She used to always tell me, you always go to Rosanna's show. This, that, Rosanna, she got Fat Joe in her back pocket. And so she would always tell me, you always go to Rosanna, but I'm praying for her too. I know what you know. I was in contact with her, and then
everybody got cut off.
Yeah,
we got cut off, right?
Yeah.
We got to wait for her to call you back, but there's no way to check up unless I guess we go through Wanda. Maybe.
It's sad in life to see something like that happen to somebody who's so intelligent, powerful. She had her own production company. Like, that's the last thing you would think that can happen to somebody like that. And so I'm praying for her as well and her family.
It's the reality of life, sadly, which is why you got to try and enjoy every moment you can.
That's what
April
we do.
2nd at the Apollo.
Theater.
There you go.
Standing room only.
And who knows who's going to show up with Fat Joe? It says Fat Joe and friends. He knows a lot of friends.
Oh, no, it's going to be legendary.
I can't wait.
It's going to be, I'm going for top 5 New York history.
We may have to hit you up for tickets here.
I think so,
We may have to be some of your friends.
Y'all be in the house.
All right, we appreciate
Thank you, Jim.
Man, you look good. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.
If anybody ever need to know how to do an interview and how to deflect when they trying to ask you a question and put you down in a rabbit hole in a trick bag, they need to look at that interview right there with Fat Joe, because he handled that extremely well, in my opinion. Listen, guys, I'm about to close out, and Lou Gossett Jr. did pass away. May he rest in peace. Let me just give y'all this here for the closeout. 1 second.
I want the whole group to say, yes, sir. Understand. Yes, sir. Understand. Yes, sir.
Lou Gossett Jr. was the no-nonsense, hard-driving drill sergeant and an officer and gentleman. He won an Oscar for the role. CBS 2's Doug Williams reports on his amazing career.
You think nothing about me? About you, Fiddler? Yeah, me. Me.
For the better part of a century, Louis Gossett Jr. did it all. From roots in 1977 to being an Oscar-winning drill sergeant in 1982.
Better stop eyeballing me, boy.
To a Cuban nursing home musician in 2019. It all started here in Coney Island, where he grew up the son of a porter and a maid. He discussed his upbringing in a CBS Sunday Morning interview in 2020.
We had nothing. That's what we thought we had.
Gossett Jr. attended Mark Twain Intermediate and Abraham Lincoln High School, both in Coney Island, before going to NYU. And by the age of 23, he was an original cast member in Lorraine Hansberry's A Raisin in the Sun on Broadway, helping launch a career that would pave the way for Black actors that followed, especially fellow actors from Brooklyn who knew him.
Did you, when you were younger, look towards him for inspiration, even before you might have been able to meet him?
Absolutely. Lou was somebody who just raised life up.
Motivated me, inspired me, and also pushed me to do the work and to be as humble and gracious as he is. You never know who you're going to affect. And he affected me, because that's the reason why when you were talking and you said Brooklyn, I was like, yeah. I smiled because I'm a Brooklyn kid, Him being born in Brooklyn and him succeeding and excelling the way that he did, I really gravitate to that.
Gossett had been living in Atlanta and Los Angeles prior to his death, where his star can be seen today on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. More than 2,000 miles away, another lasting mark on the neighborhood, the borough, and the city where it all began. Doug Williams, CBS 2 News.
All right, guys. I appreciate y'all for being here. If you did not hit that like button when you came in the building, hit it on the way out. Katrina, did you want to say something real quick?
Yeah, they didn't put the part where he played Florida Evans' brother. You remember he played on Good Times too? He played her brother at one point.
Oh, well, I gotta go back and look at that. I don't remember
Yeah,
that.
he played her brother on
Yeah,
episode.
he did, Diva. I
And I
concur.
remember where I recognized him from for color Daddy's Little Girls. He was like the elder dude that
That is him.
spoke up for
He owned the
Elvis.
shop.
Oh yeah, I
He
remember
owned that
that.
shop. Yeah, he been in a lot of stuff, but I love Officer and a Gentleman. Only thing come out of Texas is steers and queers.
Yeah, good actor. Thank you guys for being here. Listen, if you didn't hit the like button coming in, hit the like button going out. I appreciate y'all hanging out Friday night with me. I appreciate y'all hanging out the Good Friday with me. And I hope y'all have an amazing weekend and a good Easter Sunday. Much love. I'll see you next time. Don't forget, hit the like button. Good night and goodbye, everybody.
Good
Hit
night,
the
y'all.
like button, y'all.